Alright, what's going on, everybody? It's on the road to God's Slayer. Let me turn this down a little bit, man. Alright, I am, shit, let me make sure I got myself straight here. Alright, I am, what? I think I'm about like 40 hours into the game now. Yeah, I am 47.9 on Steam. I'm 47 hours into the game, 48 hours into the game. I am level 33, which I'm aiming for a chaos minion style build here. Let me first start this stream off with my overall 48 hour review. 48 hours in, and this is post patch. This is post the new patch, because I've been playing past that. I still don't believe that the drops are better. They might be marginally better, but they are not enough to warrant you saying that you want us to build our gear as we're going, right? You want us to be using. Okay, first and foremost, do you understand how much it takes to take a blue or take a white and get it to like 5 and 6 modifiers? Like, the process itself might not be a long one, but if you actually break down how many pieces of currency it takes to go from white with nothing, it takes two what's it called? It takes two of, I believe, these orbs here. Yeah, it takes two of these. Well, it takes one of these. Then it takes one of these. So that's 1, 2. Then it takes a Regal orb. That's going to give it the third modifier, I believe. It's going to turn it gold, and it's going to give it a third modifier. And then if you want 3 more modifiers, you need 3 exalted orbs. I've only ever gotten 3 or 4. I think I've gotten 4 exalted orbs in my entire 48 hours of playing. I've only gotten 4 of them. So what I'm been having to tell people, and what I'm going to end up doing when I make a video that kind of breaks down a little bit more like tips and whatnot about this game, is you have to I understand they wanted you to start looking at the vendors. I understand they wanted to make the vendors useful. I get that. But if you also wanted to make drops feel more impactful, then the idea to making drops feel more impactful is to make the drops more impactful, not make the drops rare as hell. Because what's happening is you made the drops rare as all shit, right? Excuse me, I'm trying to get my chair together. You made the drops rare as all shit. But even when the drops are rare as all shit, most of the drops aren't even still aren't even useful. Because that was the big thing you wanted to change, right? You wanted to change how the drops in PoE 1, you got 1,000 of them, but you didn't use any, right? Or most of them didn't have a use. You wanted to change that. Well, now you'll kill 1,000 enemies and get 1 drop, and that 1 drop won't be of any use at all. I mean, here's my thing. If you're going to make drops rare, or if you're going to lessen the amount of drops to the point to where they are rare, then make sure nothing that drops is make sure everything that drops is for my class. There you go. How about that? If you're going to shrink the drop rate on golds and things of that nature, then make sure when a gold does drop, it is for my class. You know. And so if I'm playing witch, if it drops, it should be a wand or a scepter. It should be some robes or something like that. You know, or it should be a jewel or a piece of jewelry that goes with my witch's class's stats or something. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be great, but it should be for my class. Because at least in that way, I can at least say that the gear is attempting to be useful to me. It's attempting to be useful to me. And right now, the gear is like, the only thing it's being useful for is to be turned into transmutation shards. And and here's my thing about that. You can't have your cake and eat it too, I'm sorry. If you want to up the drop rate on currency, right, you can't do it through this. You can't do it through dropping me a bunch of blues and then expecting me to just go back to town. Because again, the idea is to keep us out on the field playing as long as possible. I'm having to go back and dump this stuff because I can't afford to leave it on the ground because it's currency. It's literally currency. I can't afford to leave this superior stuff on the ground and stuff like that. This stuff is currency. It's you know, it's what do you call those? It's quality things for me to use on the armor I do have. Like, I can't afford to leave this on the ground. You know, I am on the edge of Act 2 going into Act 3. The reason why I haven't really been blasting through the game was, for one, I needed to make sure I understood what the hell was going on in this game, because my first 20 levels were rough. My first 20 levels were rough. It's never been this rough to play Necromancer in Path of Exile. In the first game, I played Ice Necromancer, I played Chaos Necromancer, I played Fire Necromancer, I played Suicidal minions. Necromancers were, you know, what's it called? The Infernal Army ones. I play all those, and they're all easy to. I won't say that they're all easy to come online. Some of them might take a little longer than others to come online, but they are all generally easy to progress as you're going through things. I hit a good 5 walls just getting to Act 2. Just getting into Act 2 and getting as far as I have in Act 2, I've hit 1,000 walls. And these walls aren't based on the difficulty. The walls are based on, I'm not getting what I need in order to progress well. You know? And so I'm having to rely on using the gold vendors in order to get gear. But then even when I do that, unless these vendors are going to be the ones that just have the highest luck on getting things, unless that's what you're saying, and you don't want us to care about the drops that are in the world other than to use them for breaking down for currency, then you need to make that clear. That's what I'm saying. Like, if that's the case, make it clear. Because that's how it feels. It feels like the drops in the game aren't meant to be for anything else other than to break down for currency. One, because they're too far and few in between. Like, I cleared this whole area. Right? I cleared this whole zone. I am alone in this zone. This zone's huge, too. This zone's pretty huge. And I cleared this whole zone. I am now alone here. Just me and my minions. And when I say the only valuable things that dropped in this place are what I have on me right now. And I still got space for 2 more possible currency drops. But this is all that dropped in the area that was of any value. And half of it and some of it isn't even of actual value. Like for instance, these Shaman Mantle, I don't need this, but I'm keeping this for another class that I'm gonna play with. So you can actually just cut this one out and cut this out. Actually, well, no, cut this out. But other than that, and maybe even this flask. Yeah, I don't even know why I picked this flask, to be quite honest, because I have a flask that's already larger than it anyway. But like, the only reason why, because it's blue. That's the only reason why I picked it up, because it was blue. You know. And so it's like, but none of this stuff is going to up my power in this class. All this is going to do is give me a bunch of transmutation shards and whatnot, or maybe a couple of regals. But that's not going to give me any real, any real supplemental power, especially if you're talking about moving into the next zones and whatnot. And I've had to rework this build twice. Luckily, I haven't been going too crazy with the passive tree. And I want to get into the passive tree real quick. This passive tree, what they did in terms of simplifying the passive tree is one thing. But what they basically did was take this passive tree and give you 1,500 nodes of nothing. It's 1,500 nodes of nothing. And the reason why I say it's a bunch of nodes of nothing is because, one, they're all incremental upgrades. If you're going to give me a bunch of small incremental upgrades, don't try to hide its minuscule meaning behind a large ass fucking screen. You can give me 1,000 of these, right? And I'm sorry, no matter what class, you're not going to get all of them for every class. You're not going to be able to, obtain all of these on this tree. So 90% of this tree, no matter what class you're playing, 90% of this tree is going to be irrelevant to you. Now, so let's say, for instance, and if you notice the quadrants of the way this is made, right? If you notice the way it's made in a particular design. It's made out of a particular design. If you notice, everybody starts at one of these crosses, right? And if you actually take a look at the way it goes, there's a straight line this way, there's a straight line that way, and there's a straight line through the middle, right? And if you look at this cross, there's a straight line that way, there's a straight line this way, and there's a straight line that way, but again, there's always a straight line through the middle. And if you look at this cross, it's the same way. It's a straight line this way, straight line that way, and a straight line through the middle. And that's how this tree is divided. So whatever class you're playing, they want you to play in this quadrant. That's what they want you to do. They want you to use this quadrant as the means of, you're not really meant to go too far out to the left or to the right of this. You're supposed to stay in here somewhere and make a build within here. You can go outside of this, but if you think about how long it took or how long it takes to level in this game, that's another thing. It takes a ridiculous amount of time to level in this game. And so, at least compared to the first game. And so because of that, picking one of these stats matters. It matters a lot. One, because respec is far too fucking expensive. Way too expensive. Respecking is way too expensive. If you're going to lock respecking to gold, fine. And if you're going to lock it to where I can only respec with the vendor, fine. But if that's the case, that means I can't respec during battle. That means I can't respec in the middle of battle. Cool, fine. Then that means that respecking shouldn't cost anything. And if it does, it should cost like maybe 1 gold per respec. Like, it doesn't make any sense why I don't have free reign to redo my build when this is not a PvP game. This is a PvE game. And on top of that, where I can respec is never in the field. I can't do it right here anymore. I can't just respec here. I can't just, I'm going to redo all this by right-clicking it. I can't do any of that. I have to go out of this fighting zone and go back to the town in order to respec. So why the hell would you give me limitations on something that's already got limitations to it. You see what I'm saying? Like, my respecting already has a limitation. Why are you giving me a secondary limitation on top of it? Especially when I hear that you done nerfed like 3 or 4 builds already. Already, you done broke like 3 or 4 builds that people have made up. You know. Mind you, the crazy, wacky builds is one of the things that attracts people to Path of Exile. It's one of the things that attracted me to Path of Exile. Was the fact that you could create builds out of some of the most wackiest interactions ever. It's one of the things I love doing in this game. Is being able to see what interactions, how things interact. Like, it brings out the scientists. You know, every hardcore gamer has a little bit of a scientist in them. And this game can bring out the stat scientist in somebody. You know, because it'll be like, okay, now how can I get fire to mesh well with lightning? Or how can I get fire to mesh well with ice? There was one point in time I had an ice build on a Sork that the whole goal was to freeze the enemies and then ignite them, and so that they would just die frozen. They would just burn to death frozen. You know, like, and it was possible. It's possible to do that. But when you invest so much time, and while I get it's early access, so if they're going to air out things, now is the time to do that. I get it. I totally get it. But, oh man, that hurt. But if we're going to do that, right? If we're going to do that, if we're going to do this thing where we're going to set up everybody in this game, then say, okay, go ham. And you know Path of Exile players are going to go ham. You know we're going to go ham. We're going to come up with all kinds of wild shit. And then when we do, right, you make it take 30 or 40 hours to get a build to come online. Like I said, I've never had to do this. Now, I've played Necromancer almost 800 hours of my Path of Exile one time, right? I've played main Necromancer for almost 1,000 hours. And I play, like I said, I played every type of Necromancer you could think of. I've come up with all kinds of Necromancers to play. I've never had to rework a build so many times for a single Necromancer playthrough that I've had to in these 30 levels. Because what'll happen is I'll hit a wall, and because the game won't drop me gear that I can take and mold towards my actual playstyle, what I have to do is I have to switch my playstyle. So in the beginning, I was trying to go full on just letting my summons do the work, right? But the problem was I wasn't getting enough gear that had minion buffs. So I couldn't go, full on let my summons do the killing. I had to be involved in the killing more. I'm cool with that. Fine. I'm not no lazy Necromancer. I can fight with my minions. Cool. But I needed to go back and I needed to rework some things, because now I need some abilities of my own to attack with, and not just have commands for my and then don't get me started on the way they balance minions now. So minions can die and they can reborn, and they get reborn on their own. Cool. But the cooldown is like 6 seconds if you don't have any anything spec'd into revival, right? Revival speed. Now that might not seem like a lot when you're going from one pack to another pack, especially with the way this game is, where you don't run very, very fast. Like, I'm at 15% movement speed and I can run okay. I can run okay. I'm not exactly super fast, but I can get around a little bit. And so 6 seconds isn't so bad when you think of it like that. But 6 seconds in a boss fight? Nah. 6 seconds in a boss fight is too damn long. Especially in the boss fights in this game, where one wrong dodge could equal one shot. That's too damn long. And the fact that I have to spend hard-earned passive skill tree points just to get them to pop back out faster, on top of needing to get minion damage, on top of needing to get minion life so that they don't even die as fast as they do, on top of the fact that because you limited me to using minions based on my spirit gauge, which again, the spirit gauge in and of itself, it might seem like a nice concept because you don't have to so much as, you don't have to so much as use up your MP or whatever, or your mana. But yo, dude, there's like 3 freaking barriers to getting spirit up. First and foremost, you need to get spirit up by having your scepter at higher quality. You're not going to be able to get this shit if they don't drop superior stuff. Like I can't get it off this because it's not a wand or a scepter. In order to get the quality, and that's another thing they did that's so aggravating. Let me show you this. Let me show you this. This is aggravating. This is genuinely aggravating. This part right here, like, really gets me. And I don't understand why they did this. I really don't understand why they did this. But when you want to, let's say I want to up the quality on my scepter, because again, that's how I get higher spirit. That's how you get higher spirit in this game. You know. Well, I need to get quality. Like, I can't use this. I can't use the blacksmith whetstone because it's only for a martial weapon. What the fuck does it matter? Instead, I gotta get these. It's these artificer etcher thingies. It's these etchers, blacksmith etchers, I think is what they're called. But you only get those by breaking down wands or scepters that are superior, that have quality on them. Right? But I never get those to drop. I'm always getting martial weapons. That's why I have 17 of these whetstones, because I'm always getting weapons that drop it and shit like that, and armor that drop it. I never get wands and stuff that drop it. So it's like, so what do you want me to do? You want me instead to spend all my gold running to shops?
My wares are renowned.
And looking for them. Because that's what I gotta do now. I gotta go to shops and I gotta look for wands and whatnot. That guy. Okay, now she don't sit on wands. It's not her. It's her. I gotta come in here and hope that there's some wands in here, or some and look at that. Like ain't nothing. Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing here to break down that I could get that from. Nothing. And then she doesn't sell them on her own by themselves. It's just some scroll of wisdoms or whatnot. So it's like, where am I supposed to get this shit? What, I'm supposed to play Gamba all day? I'm supposed to run over here to her and play Gamba all day? Like,
I can wait.
And just keep snagging these and just hope I get something? Or keep snagging one of these and hope I get something? Like, it doesn't make any sense, dude. Like why would you claim that you're trying to make the game easier so that newer players can get in here and play, when all you've done is convolute a simple system as quality? You convoluted something as simple as putting quality on your weapons and armor. You convoluted it. You've given us, why must there be 3? Just give us 2. One for armor, one for weaponry. That's all we need. But because you've locked, and again, it's very important because most of your spirit's going to come from your scepter. Most of your spirit's going to come from the scepter. And so it's very important that you get the scepter to as high as you can. Because with just 4 minions out, I only have 23 spirit left over. My max is 153. And I've only got 23 left over. And that's only for 4 minions being out. I can't even count 2 of them because these skeletal warriors don't use spirit. But the snipers do. And the snipers, just 2 snipers. I'm using over half of it just with 2 snipers. The only reason why I'm using any more than that now is because of Grim Feast. And the only reason why I use Grim Feast is because I need some kind of, because again, nothing in the skill tree, nothing in this skill tree will give you any sort of real survival, except for like just boosting stats that are already built for survival. But like there's no life stats. And you can get recouped as life in this game, and it's probably the closest you're gonna get to getting like a regen in this game, or like a passive regen, is getting recouped as life and like getting the life per second on your like gear. But like everything else is like minor adjustments to like 5% chaos damage, 5% chaos damage. 15% maximum energy shield. Like, mind you, a lot of the build defining nodes are still here. They're still here. But if you notice, they're further and further away from your beginning points. You can apply an additional curse. Look how far that is from your starter point. Just the ability to apply additional curses. So if you were playing a curse witch, right? Let's say you were playing a curse witch build. You wouldn't reach this until like your 30s maybe. You wouldn't reach this to like your 30s. And it's simply the ability to apply more than one curse. So it's like they positioned everything in the game to be slower. Everything is slower. You move slower. You kill packs slower. You kill bosses way slower. And they made sure to not only slow you down movement wise and progression wise, but they've even slowed you down in terms of your survivability. Because now you can make tanky-ish builds, but you'll never make builds tanky enough to get rid of the cheesy one-shots that happen. And they just got through nerfing the hell out of the enemies that can just box you in and then trap you in a wall. And at that point, all you can really do is just try and out-heal the damage and hope that you can kill some of them before you die. Because when you're stuck like that, it's death. You're going to die. Too many enemies hitting you. There's too many enemies hitting you at one time. And when you're stuck in a corner with a bunch of enemies around you, that's just it. Now, if you remember, what made it kind of difficult for that to happen in Path of Exile 1 is there was no need to roll in Path of Exile 1. You didn't roll in that game. And all your attacks were done in a standstill. And the game was balanced that way. It was balanced that way in the sense of, you knew that, okay, yeah, since I can't necessarily move while I'm attacking, I need to have attacks that hit hard and hit fast. Boom. You try that same thing in this game and you'll realize, oh, that's not working, because I'm not being given enough power through my armor or my weaponry to hit hard and fast. Enough to kill as fast as you need to. Because again, the idea is the enemy can't kill you if you kill them first. But you can't kill the enemies fast enough, for real. At least not in the early game, before they one-shot you a bunch of times. So it's like, it's funny when you see, like, for instance, in the first Path of Exile, there were so many people who were just running to do hardcore. Now, there's some streamers that do hardcore, but they don't do it like they used to. Like, it's not just like, let's go do hardcore, guys, because it's just what we do every day. I'm starting another hardcore character. They're not doing that. And there's a big reason why for that. And that is because this game This game punches you in the nuts every time you think you're gonna do something. Every time you think you're gonna get stronger, the game is like, nah. And then for like all of the work you'll do, you'll take 10 hours. You'll take 10 hours. And in those 10 hours, you will achieve little to nothing. And just, you know, and it makes like no sense. It makes like no sense. Oh shit. So I cleared that whole zone, and what I basically made was I made what? Three whetstones, which I don't need because I'm not using a weapon on this class like that I could use this for. 3 armor scrap, which I need way more than 3 no matter what I'm looking at here for real. And probably enough for 1 transmutation and maybe a regal orb will pop out of this. I don't know, I'm not sure how many regal shards I got.
Stay inside.
And that's clearing an entire zone. And the zones are bigger in this game. There's more zone in this game. So you would expect more loot. Because there's more zone. Why are the zones larger? You know what I'm saying? Like why are the zones so much larger? Oops, I didn't mean to do that. No, give me that. Now, why are the zones so much larger? But then I just need that. Okay. Like, why are the zones so much larger? But then you turn around and we're looking at a barely any real loot for real. You know, like, it doesn't make any sense. In any case, I just wanted to go on that rant before I fully started the video because I really needed people to understand that I love this game. This game is beautiful. I'm not saying that I hate it or anything like that. I actually love this game. I do believe it is an improvement on the ARPG genre. I do believe it is. And I do believe that it is a better game than the first Path of Exile. But I am baffled. I am baffled at some of the choices made when the whole idea was to make the game more approachable and to give us a more what's the word I'm looking for? A more polished approach. Because the polish seems to only be in the way it is presented to you. Like, the presentation of the game is extremely polished. But then when you start looking at some of the systems, it's like, why do you have 2 separate types of whetstones for weapons? Why do you do that? Because now you just made the act of trying to quality a weapon that much more egregiously tedious. You don't do that to armor. Armor is all one thing, whether it's plate or whether it's a robe. If it's got superior quality to it, you can break it down for the exact same thing, an armor scrap. So why are the weapons different? I don't understand why the weapons are different if the armor isn't going to be treated differently. I'm not saying that they should have got... I love the complexity of the first game, so I'm not going to sit here and say that they should have got rid of it. No. But what I am going to say is, there's supposed to be a reason for the complexity. Don't just make complexity for for complexity's sake. Ah. Oh. All right. Now, like,
Profane rune.
oh yeah. Now you notice. Oops. Now you notice. I done killed half this screen, and I ain't got nothing worth picking up. Oh, hit it. God dang it. As you can see, ain't shit dropping. And why don't I dodging forward? I didn't even try to do that. I got a scroll of wisdom. And why does contagion work the way it does? Like, why is it a small ass little... You see how small that is? I can't stand the way contagion works. Because when I'm aiming at a specific mob for it to touch, it don't want to actually touch the mob. Like if I'm aiming right here, right, that's where it's supposed to go. Sometimes it'll go off to the left or go off to the right. Like I can't stand the way contagion works. It gets on my nerves. Same thing with the way like fire orb works. You're killing the rare. Look at this rare drop, dude. Like, oh my god, look at this. Like, I have no need for this for real. All I'm gonna do is just get some transmutation shards from this. Like, oh my god, dude. Like, and then I'm getting like delay on abilities, like it's weird. I'm getting delays on abilities, which I shouldn't be getting. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. Let me go do this quest. And then if I try to stand still to do any sort of casting on my own, this is what happens. I die. This is what happens if I try to do any casting of my own. I just die. I can't afford to stand still at any point in time. I just die. Mind you, I'm like 3 levels higher than this place. Finally got something superior. But it's robes. I need something else, man. And you see me getting scooted around like that? Like, what is going on with this game? Like the polish is not in the gameplay. It's not there. It's somewhere else. Why am I getting scooted around like that? Like, so yeah, I enjoyed the game. I still enjoy it very much so. But when I say this game's got some real cleaning up to do, it really does have some cleaning up to do. Okay. And the crazy part is, like, none of these mobs are even, like, gold mobs. That's what's so wild. Like, again, because like our defense in this game are like is like so trash. Like, getting defenses in this game is like so bonkers. So it forces you to have to play the. It forces you to have to treat the packs with respect. And to be quite honest, in a game that's supposed to be all about the loot and getting as much loot as possible and clearing out and blast, that's where the term blasting came from. It came from ARPGs like this. When it comes to blasting, you're not supposed to have to respect trash mobs. And in Path of Exile 1, you could get your power to a point to where you didn't have to respect trash mobs. The only mobs you had to respect were the bosses, and maybe the every so often there will be a rare that'll have a certain amount of modifiers that might make them a little harder to kill. But overall, trash mobs are should trash mobs should just be able to be just steamrolled. Now, I'm not saying that doing this stuff is particularly hard. What I'm doing isn't difficult. You understand? What I'm doing isn't difficult. But look at my password tree, guys. Like, look at my password tree. I really need you to understand, like, your power is going to come from two different places. It took me 30 levels just to get gear that looks like this. I just recently was able to get movement speed. In like the last 2 or 3 levels, I was able to get movement speed. So and I'm 33, I think, right now. So, like, it took me 30 levels just to get a couple of golds. You know what I'm saying? And these aren't even really good compared to, for what I'm doing. They're not even great for what I'm doing, for real. I mean, they're okay. They work, but, they can be much better than what's happening here. But if you look at the passive skill tree itself, right? I took some energy shield because, for fuck's sakes, I need some kind of defense. Hell, because there is no elemental resistances on the thing no more. They now place them on runes, and the problem with that is you can't take the runes off of something. So when you put the runes on a gear, it's stuck on that gear. You have to go and get to farm the runes again. And it's like, yo, the runes don't drop in like a specific place. They just randomly drop. And again, as we've already talked about, the drop rates in this game right now are shit. Even after the patch, they're still shit. So it's like, it makes me not want to use my runes right now because I don't want to fuck around and end up wasting them on gear that I'm going to end up changing out in another 5 or 6 levels. But like, I'm pushing all of this damage for minions. Increased damage, increased attack speed, chaos damage because I'm using profane ritual and where is it at? And what I find hilarious is they only gave me spell damage for like the first couple of nodes, and then they just walked away from spell damage after a while. And now there's like no more spell damage anywhere near me. At least not right here, anywhere near me. Like I'll need to like leave this area in order to get spell damage again. You know, and I need spell damage for contagion, and I need it for the flames, for my fire skills. You know, you know. So I know I can go over here and get echoing flames. You know, and I know I can come over. Like I've already gotten these to lower the fire resistance of enemies that I set on fire. You know. But then I need to, like, what I'm aiming to do, I'm aiming to get up here so I can get some of this. Because I need some of this, you know. And I'm going to also need this over here. I'm going to need, because I got to get this up. The minion revive state, I need this. Because when you're in boss fights, man, and your minions die, which they're going to die. Oh, for fuck's sake, I finally got one of these. When your minions die, and they're going to, right? And they're going to die. Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. You're gonna have one hell of a time. You're gonna have one hell of a time. Trying to run around and stay alive. Like, why are y'all outside? What are you doing? Get in here. That noxious gas stuff is really getting on my nerves too. Oh man, I'm so tired of getting gassed out of places. Oh, I finally got an uncut spirit gem. Huh. I'm looking for the way out of here. And look, I have to wait for them. Like, I finally got a Regal order drop. Oh my god. One.
It's about time.
Yeah, you damn right, girl. It's about time. Alright. Where am I at? I'm in the path of morning. Okay. Let's oh. Where is Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back here and we're gonna clear this zone out and go on to the next zone, which is where we need to go anyway. But first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do this.
Here for a story.
I don't even know why I got that then. Shit. Okay. Oh!
Care for a story?
You found a letter? For your sake, do not speak of its contents. I will burn it. When I have the opportunity, I intend to return to Deshar and mark the location of Lailuma's body. A stone, perhaps. Something inconspicuous. Others will not know, but I will. She will be remembered.
All right.
Now the sandstorm is cleared. We have a chance to chase down Jamanra. Though I am not gifted with sight, I clearly see the dangers ahead of us. You must keep your wits about you. Blessings.
Hello?
Ah, Shah, the city of the dead. In these harrowing times, one could be forgiven for thinking the risen dead live there, if that form of existence can even be called living. No, no. Long before we had to worry about the dead rising, we built towering spires to return our people to the sky. Our honored dead lie openly, enjoying the sun, not hidden from it under the earth. Over time, they are scoured away, becoming the wind and sand you feel on your skin at this very moment. Desha is our most sacred monument. I myself will soon make the journey there, once I train a replacement. Most do wait for their bodies to fail, but I would prefer to meet death on my feet. Who knows? I may even be the first mortal to win my battle and defeat Nakrata in spiritual combat. It might not look like it now, but I was a very powerful sorceress in my time.
Okay, let me do some sound readjustments here. There we go. All right. All right. And I might have to do another rearranging of this anyway, because I got a feeling that like kill that thing. Good God. See how we told that to hit that?
Death and decay. Death and decay.
Oh. Okay, so we just got bodies on the ground here. Okay, so they lay them down and they cover their faces. They cover their eyeballs. There we go. What's up with all the poison? Shit. Yo, all this smog still gotta go, man. Good lord. They charcoal skin and shit. This place is huge. This is the first time I have ever, in this entire time me playing this game, got a Lesser Jeweler orb. I've never had something like that drop. This is the first time. What is that? The Sisters of Garukan. Oh, they got bird legs? They do got bird legs. Hell no. And chakrams. These are the same statues that were in the last room. Oh my god. She looked like she had on some cool ass clothes. Is that her hair? That is some long ass hair. Okay.
Putrefy.
Hey, that's the way out. Oh, I got an Exile orb, yay! Like I'm aiming at you, dude. Why are you not casting it? For fuck's sakes. Like, look how much damage it takes to kill this dude. Shit, die. Thank you. Okay.
Let these towers stand for all time, so that the sands may never swallow the honored dead. We give you to the sky and to the wind, in defiance of the doom of the desert.
Okay. Testament of Defiance. Oh shit. Okay. What's that? You'll receive. Okay. So I got some lightning resist. That's good. Oh dear. Okay, does that mean all of them are gonna... Oh god.
Death and decay.
Oh boy.
You are relentless, but that makes you predictable. The time of the Faradin is nigh.
Get back in your hole.
You are relentless, but that makes you predictable. The time of the Faradin is nigh.
Get back in your hole.
My question is, how he just be knowing which way I go? That's so stupid. Cause he's basically reading me. Cause like I'm standing right, I'm over here, and I see him about to do this little thing where he face plants. But when I go to roll, he just right there. Whatever. That's dumb.
Get back in your hole.
are relentless, but that makes you predictable. The time of the Faradin is nigh.
Get back in your hole.
Oh my god. It's like, why does fire damage? Like, why does fire damage eat so much? Like, that's so dumb.
You are relentless, but that makes you predictable. The time of the Faradin is nigh.
Get back in your hole. Death and decay. What a beautiful creation.
Shit.
You are relentless, but that makes you predictable. The time of the Faradin is nigh.
Get back in your hole.
Oh my god!
One day, I'll bring you back to serve you.
Jeez. Level 33. And he was a bitch and a half, boy. Good lord. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Oh.
Hello.
The Faradin have assembled a tremendous dreadnought, a war caravan larger than we have ever seen. As we speak, it is barreling through the heart of the Vestiri, leaving devastation in its wake.
Off we go. It's time to kill.
We now have their trail. They will not escape. For glory. The time has come for a final confrontation. We must attack the dreadnought and face Amon-Ra and the beast ourselves. This must end here. Ready yourself. We must prevail, no matter what.
Yes, Sekima. We all know you are very brave.
Give no quarter!
I never do. Ha! I will feast on your soul!
The fuck? Oh. Motherfuckers nailed up on crosses and shit.
Putrefy.
Good God! All right. Yeah, that was retarded. Dude, this rushing down the enemies has got to, they got to calm that shit down, dude. Like, getting rushed like that is not cool at all.
None can oppose me. None can oppose me.
Okay, it's like when you do that, I don't have a chance to react.
Ah! Too much clutter. All part of my plan.
Okay, there we go.
I will feast on your soul.
Oh! Yeah, I'm not doing enough damage. Yeah, I'm not doing enough damage. Yeah, I'm not doing enough damage at all. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rework this build around a little bit, cause yeah, I gotta rework this build. I'm gonna have to do some changes. So you made it to the Dreadnought, and apparently, I've been hearing nightmare stories about that place. And I had a feeling that it was gonna be my next. I had a feeling it was going to be my next hard stop. And that's what it looks like. It looks like it's going to be my next hard grind. I got to wait and try to grind up some shit here and try to get some better power first. And then what we'll do is we'll start off the next stream right at the Dreadnought area, and then we'll knock the Dreadnought out, and after that we'll actually be out of Act 2 and into Act 3. Apparently Act 3 is supposed to be when all the drops start to happen, but they need to be happening throughout all the acts so that we can get through these acts and actually get to the end game. Because apparently that's when all the real drops are supposed to happen. But it's like if you can't even make it through, like through the actual campaign, like it doesn't make any sense that the campaign itself is such a difficult thing to go through. Just because of the fact that that gear don't drop like it should. Like you saw me going through that all that killing I've been doing, and I really haven't been getting lots of good drops at all. You know, and I'm gonna have to try and make something work here. I mean, even when it comes to gold, I started streaming with what, like a couple of like 8,000 gold. I only had like 8,000 gold. I only made like 4,000 gold for real. And then all of this can't be sold. I'm going to break some of this down. So it's like I'm not even making gold at a decent rate. It's crazy. Hopefully this stuff gets ironed out. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this girl ready for the Dreadnought, and tomorrow we'll stream the Dreadnought, get it out the way. Probably go ahead and get rid of Amon-Ra, and see what Chapter 3's got for us. Thanks for watching, guys. Amon-Rellik the God Slayer, Amon-Rellik Gaming. This game